that the Philadelphia Eagles will be able to repeat as Super Bowl champions. I mean, listen, they're rolling on all fronts right now except offense, right?
The NFL offseason drama is already clocking in like it's on a full-time contract. First up, Travis Kelce is in full retire or run it back mode after a rough season-ending loss. And insiders say he's taking his sweet time before making any life-changing moves.
Proud of the way we finished this, even though, it ended the way it did.
Next, things got extra emotional when Jason Kelce accidentally broke the sacred broadcasting rule by saying "we" on air, because apparently retiring doesn't uninstall team loyalty. Then, Patrick Mahomes, sidelined at home, still found time to hype Travis like a proud bestie after Kelce hit a history-making 13,000-yard milestone. And finally, Taylor Swift mysteriously missed the Vegas finale, but sources say it's not relationship drama, it's security vibes and risk management. Travis Kelce is officially in that "is this my last rodeo" era, and he's not exactly rushing to slap a retirement sticker on his helmet just yet. After Kansas City dropped their final game of the season to the Raiders, Kelce was sounding equal parts proud, sentimental, and "let me breathe before y'all start writing my goodbye speech." According to insiders, Travis, now 36 and still built like a human freight train, made it clear he's got a ridiculous amount of love for the Chiefs, the organization, and basically everyone who's ever handed him a playbook or yelled "let's go" on the sideline. Even with the season ending the way it did, he was still bigging up the squad for showing up and fighting through the chaos, especially after Patrick Mahomes went down earlier this season with that brutal ACL tear and got surgery in December 2025.
Proud of the way we finished this, even though, it ended the way it did. Guys still showed up, gave it their all, and that's all you can ask for, man. And I got so much love for this team, this organization, and the people here. So I'll spend some time with them, go through exit meetings tomorrow, and get close to the family and figure things out.
And honestly, the fact that the Chiefs were still scrapping after losing their QB1 is the kind of thing that makes grown men get misty-eyed in the locker room and pretend it's just sweat. Now here's where it gets spicy. Kelce admitted that after the Super Bowl loss in 2025, he knew instantly he wanted to run it back this season. But this time, he's sitting in the "we'll see" chair. He's planning to go through the usual exit meetings, get close with family, and let the decision marinate, because apparently retirement decisions aren't like ordering Uber Eats.
Honestly, I've been just focused on trying to win football games, man. I'll let that be a decision that I make with my family, friends, the Chiefs organization, when the time comes.
He even suggested it could hit him fast or take a while, which is athlete speak for "stop asking me, I haven't even taken my cleats off yet." Kelce also sounded like he felt good about his own play, even if the team didn't exactly cook this year. He came in prepared, ready to rock, but in his view, the ball just didn't bounce their way in those tight games. And if he does come back, he knows he'll have to lock in hard on staying available and ready for the big moments, because the NFL doesn't do vibes only. After the game, he was reportedly feeling all the emotions. He acknowledged that the whole world is watching, and there's something wild about sharing the field with the younger guys getting their first real taste of primetime NFL life. Meanwhile, the retirement chatter has been loud all season, especially since Kansas City missed the playoffs for the first time since 2014. And honestly, the second the season ended, the drama didn't just stay on the field, it marched straight into the broadcast booth and started throwing flags on people's feelings. Jason Kelce and J.J. Watt are learning that retirement doesn't actually retire your emotions, it just puts them on live television with a microphone and a producer yelling, "We're back in 10." Both of these legends are still fresh enough off the field that their brains haven't fully accepted the new job description. Like, yeah, technically they're analysts now, but emotionally, they're still players, just with better lighting and fewer ribs getting cracked. There's this unspoken broadcasting rule in the NFL universe, like one of those invisible laws everyone just knows, like don't microwave fish at work, or don't trust a man who calls himself alpha. The rule? You're not supposed to sound like you're still on the team. No we, no us, no accidental emotional attachment spilling onto the desk like a Gatorade bath. But Jason Kelce and J.J. Watt both stepped right over that line like it was a training cone. Let's start with Jason, because of course it's Jason. The man spent his whole life as the human embodiment of Philly grit, and now ESPN has him on Monday Night Football trying to act neutral, like he doesn't have an eagle tattooed on his soul. Before the Eagles took on the Green Bay Packers, Jason was breaking down what fans could expect, and the second he started talking about the Eagles, his mouth betrayed him. He used the word "we," which is basically the broadcast version of accidentally texting your ex "I miss you." And mind you, he hasn't suited up for the Eagles in nearly 2 seasons, but his heart clearly didn't get the memo. And look, it's not like he did it on purpose. This is muscle memory. That's like telling a dad not to say "back in my day" or telling a Pakistani auntie not to ask about your marriage plans. Impossible. Jason's basically still emotionally in the huddle, except now his helmet is replaced with an earpiece and his pregame ritual is sipping coffee instead of headbutting someone.
The Philadelphia Eagles will be able to repeat as Super Bowl champions. I mean, listen, they're rolling on all fronts right now except offense, right?
Then there's J.J. Watt, the absolute monster who used to terrorize quarterbacks for fun, now chilling as a CBS analyst, trying to speak in calm sentences like he didn't spend a decade and a half being built like a superhero action figure. Watt had a moment during the Texans vs. Jaguars game where he also slipped into the "we" zone, as if he might suit up at halftime if Houston needed him. And apparently it hit extra hard because it was CBS Sports' first broadcast from Houston, so the whole vibe was like walking into your old high school and suddenly remembering every embarrassing moment you ever had. Nostalgia is dangerous. Watt was basically describing the stadium from the new perspective, and you could almost hear his inner thoughts like, wait, why am I not wearing pads? Why am I not yelling? Why am I sitting down? He was even talking about seeing the Jaguars having success against us, and some fans online were instantly like, "Excuse me, sir, you're not on payroll anymore." Which is funny because technically he kind of is, just a different payroll now.
It's been very strange to see this stadium from this perspective, to see the Jaguars having so much success against us.
But honestly, can we blame them? These guys have been living and breathing their teams for years. Their whole identity was wrapped around the locker room, the schedule, the pain, the wins, the heartbreak. Then one day you retire, and suddenly you're expected to be this perfectly neutral, journalistic robot who never shows emotion, never slips up, never cheers, and never says anything that makes it obvious you still care. That's a lot. Like asking someone to stop using WhatsApp and switch to email only. Traumatic. And speaking of cheering, press box etiquette is basically holy scripture. You don't celebrate, you don't clap, you don't do the "let's go." You don't even do the little shoulder shimmy when your team scores. You sit there like a statue and pretend you're watching a documentary about grass. Meanwhile, Jason Kelce is built like a guy who would chest bump a stranger at Wawa because the Eagles completed a 3rd down conversion. You really think he's going to sit there stone-faced? Please. And while the broadcast booth is trying to hand out neutrality like it's mandatory, Patrick Mahomes is at home doing the exact opposite, basically screaming, "That's my guy," from the couch as Travis Kelce casually adds another ridiculous achievement to his Hall of Fame resume. The Chiefs are on the road in Vegas against the Raiders, and the vibes are already spicy, because insiders say this might be Kelce's last ever NFL matchup. No pressure, right? Just potentially the final chapter of a 13-season run in Allegiant Stadium under all those lights, with the internet ready to turn every facial expression into a retirement announcement. And then Travis goes and makes history anyway, because of course he does. He reels in a short 5-yard catch. Nothing flashy, nothing like a Hollywood highlight, but that little snag pushes him into the exclusive 13,000 career receiving yards club for tight ends. That's not a club, by the way. That's a secret society. Like you don't join it, you get summoned. Mahomes, who's stuck at home recovering from that ACL tear, instantly pops up online to celebrate. He doesn't write an essay, doesn't get poetic, just hits the world with the digital equivalent of a proud best friend yelling across the room, 13K, plus a strong arm emoji, because when you're Patrick Mahomes, even your emojis have confidence. And obviously the fans go feral in the replies. They're basically begging Mahomes to do something, anything, to keep Travis from retiring. Like Mahomes personally has the power to revoke retirement papers and lock Kelce in Arrowhead with a plate of barbecue until he signs for another season. One fan tried to recruit Mahomes into the "don't let him retire" movement, which is hilarious because the man is on one knee and people still want him running HR for the whole franchise. What makes it even wilder is how Kelce got to that milestone in the first place. With Mahomes out, the Chiefs have been living that next man up life, except the next man kept getting hurt too. The pass came from third-string quarterback Shane Buechele, who stepped in after Gardner Minshew also went down with a knee injury earlier this season. So yeah, Kelce hit 13K yards in the middle of a QB injury roulette wheel, which honestly makes it even more iconic. And while the Chiefs were battling in Vegas, Taylor Swift was apparently nowhere near Allegiant Stadium. And before anyone starts screaming breakup into the void, sources say it was more security first than relationship drama. Taylor skipped the season finale because away games in random cities come with way too many safety headaches, especially when you're basically the most recognizable human on Earth. She's been a regular at Arrowhead, but traveling has been a whole different beast this season, so her not being spotted in the stands wasn't a shock to the inner circle. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.